People do different things for different reasons, and if you have it as a goal to further your education with master's degree and PhD, then your intention agrees with the purpose of the reflection of this video. My name is Gbenga Olatunji, FCA, having been a chartered accountant, having lectured others, having invigilated in exams. I'm basically an educator, and it is what I like having this channel. So, going for a master's degree is like to cap it, right? Which is one of the motivation that I had for master's degree experience. So I'm going to discuss this in three categories. And the first is what I just mentioned. Why did I pursue the master's degree? And the second, we will look at it under the title, What Were My Goals and Expectations? And last but not the least, that I know all of us will learn from too, is how did my goal evolve throughout the program? So we are welcome, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like, click the notification button, click all so that anytime we upload, you will not miss out on it. Comment if need be, and share as I used to say. So, what were my goals and why did I pursue the master's degree, and how did I evolve or my purpose evolve during the program? And why should you? Because this recording actually is to educate one another and to know your feedback and experience if you experienced it, and if you are looking forward to experience it too the same way. Is part of this reflection. You are going to have something to take home. So, number one, to enhance my knowledge and skill in the field of finance and accounting. I'm an accounting major and finance major, so having such an international exposure to the education is, I think, is good. Do you agree with me? So when you want to embark on such a thing too, you must try as much as possible. How does it align with you? Don't forget that you are going to spend a lot of money. That is the fact. So does it align with what you are doing? Does it align with what you intend to do? And if it aligns, which aspect of it? I went for masters in science so that I can be a lecturer and solidify myself in the field, right? Like a book used to say, talent is not enough. You got talent, then got certification alongside so that people can trust you more. Not that you get talent or you have talent, you have actually developed it. Why did I pursue master's degree? To advance my career prospects. So when you are looking for career prospect development, you can. Even in earning, you can. Even when we are talking about my own, can we say about earning or not earning? Well, I'm not really sure, of course. Money is very important, but I've always been the type of even when I was in employment, I was an entrepreneur rather. That is somebody that has always been working for himself in the even in the employment. Okay, so develop expertise and thought leadership. I think this is another key factor when we are considering what motivated me to go for my master's degree. To be a thought leader, as an accountant. A thought leader is a person that is pivotal in a particular career, and when the person speaks, is it's not easy to say the person tell the person to shut up. What have you done? So that is the difference between having a talent and having a skill and getting trained and certified for it. So I'm a thought leader now. I can say I'm a thought leader when it comes to finance and accounting, and master's degree portrays it. Of course, network with professionals. You will make some friends. Of course, you must be choosy about the friends, the kind of friends you are making is very important. They are germane to your future prospects too. So, but when you go for master's degree, you meet mature men, you meet mature women, and those that are ready to take on life. You understand? Those that are ready to take on life in the aspect they are actually pursuing, and is invaluable to have connection. We used to say social currency. It's a social currency. Of course, for personal growth and achievement is part of it. Then, what were the goals and expectation? What were the expectation? Of course, deepening the understanding or the industrial understanding, and also best practices. There is one thing to read a foreign book, there's another thing to be educated in a foreign land. And when you combine the book knowledge with the experience and the exposure, like my people used to say, it becomes banga, na banga. Okay? So, also to develop advanced research and analytical skill. Really, I concentrated on analytical skill and my audit experience seriously during my master's degree. So, when you pursue a higher level of learning like this, ensure that you have your focus right. Have your focus right before you even leave home for such a big thing, right? It's going to really help you so that you will not be lost in the crowd. Also, improve my ability to think critically. Thinking critically is very germane. Of course, some people have this as talent, but majority of the time, critical thinking is learned or learnt rather. We consciously develop our ability to think and to think correctly. And it's a skill which I was first of all introduced to some years back, almost decade back, right? Yeah, decade back. But it's actually the pivotal skill you are going to gain when you have a master's degree, particularly the school that I went to, they major in research. They don't joke with research, just as we know that the Europeans they don't joke with research. But this school actually was actually founded on research basis. So it was tough and enjoyable experience at the same time. Of course, enhance communication and the like. We can't take it out. It's important to communicate very well. We don't need to try to speak like them because you will never be. Just be yourself, but at the same time learn communication skill and add it to your portfolio of skill, and that is one thing that I've equally enjoyed. And you know another thing It's about not even speaking it, Queen's English, but even listening. Listening. Do you know what? Many students struggle in the class because they could not even hear lecturer. Can you believe that? That is the truth. From kindergarten up to the PhD level, students struggle and many did not pass because they struggle to understand what the lecturer is actually saying, because they are used to the language being spoken in their own language. But when a Briton now speaks English, it takes a skill to understand them. And once you understand, it becomes part of your daily experience. Last but not the least is, which I mentioned before, to put yourself in a position of opportunity, to put yourself in a position of thought leadership in the career, in the field, and never ramification is important that you had master's degree to your portfolio. Now we can ask the question as I move on to the last but not the least. How did you or how did I evolve throughout this program? And this is very important. If you've made it to this point, click like and subscribe so that everything that I'm going to be reflecting on the academic experience, research projects, personal growth and development, networking and community, career impact and advancement, and lesson learned, you will not miss out on it. Okay, having said that, how did I evolve and how can you evolve? It starts with you knowing what you want to do with the masters you are going for. First of all, focus more, like I did, on specialized skills, areas, and interests. Focus more on specialized area of interest. Like I told you, I focus more on the aspect of analytics. Analytics as the market now, computer IT as the market now, and audit, audit as the market in form of governance now, especially IT audit. So I focus more around this specialized skill for personal development. And as I am now, when it comes to finance analytics, when it comes to cybersecurity, which I'm actually developing myself and being certificated on right about now. But in my master's degree, the aspect of international audits, I didn't joke with it. Of course, I didn't joke with any of them, but I didn't joke with that. So I evolved towards becoming an analyst, towards becoming an international auditor. I've always been an auditor, right? And I have license to practice. Also, I explore new career opportunity and industries and one thing about research-based masters is that it exposes you to different industries that you are going to research on, and when you research on them, you are researching deeply. That's the truth. It's not on the surface you are researching, you are researching deeply. especially for international education. You are researching deeply, and truly, before you can pass your research, which can be in form of dissertation and the like, of which of course I have distinction. You know that industry, and during the time I was exposed to mining industry, I was exposed to aeronautic and airspace environments. Which other one am I? You will be exposed to different industries, which will be valuable and invaluable knowledge being added to you, apart from critical thinking. Also, I evolved towards professional mentorship and professional networking, and I actually won award in these regards. And that is another thing that we need to take home from this video. When we go to school, we must allow school to go to us too. When we pass through schools, too should pass through us, because schools actually are meant to reform us and to add to our perspectives, and also enhance us in every area, not necessarily academic alone, in relationship, in the way we think, in social, environmental aspects of our lives, and the like. The schooling actually comes to our aid in these regards. Last but not the least, as I'm reflecting and trying to close so that it will not be too long a video, taking on more challenging pursuits requires higher level of skill. Like the saying, I could not remember who said this, that we can resolve an issue based on the level of knowledge that created it. We have to go up, we have to move up the ladder in order for us to become more valuable and to be able to do things better. So pursue additional certification and qualification. I evolve around that, like as a cybersecurity professional now, and as an analyst. You'll see that by the grace of God, I'm becoming an all rounder when it comes to finance and accounting. And you too can be in any field you've chosen. Let me hear from you what you've learned from this my reflection. Next time we are going to discuss on academic experience. Do you or should you require a mentor? Should you require a person to talk to pull your hand and walk you through some academic difficulty or professional difficulty? Should you have an opportunity or opportunities in your place of work that you will want GJAMES associates to work with you? Don't forget to reach out to us. My name, for those that are viewing this channel for the first time, is Gbenga James Olatunji. We pride ourselves that we are value to life, we are value to your businesses.